record on this computer. All right, hey guys. So welcome to our new coach call for the month of May. And I am going to share my screen so we can get this started right away. We don't want to take up too much of everyone's time. Screen share. Can we see? Yes? Okay, so I'm going to scroll up. All right, so if you're here and you're a brand new coach, welcome. If you're watching the recording, thank you for taking time out of your day to take your business seriously. If you're a veteran coach on this call, thank you for being here because that means that you're just willing to continue to learn how to help your new coaches whenever they get started with their business. So we are going to really quickly talk about the escalator concept and the principle and mindset behind this theory. And it's, you know, when you were a little kid, and I, honest to God, did this, I watched the recording of April's call of the GSR call, and Carolyn almost had the same exact story of like when she was a kid and they would go to the mall and she'd try to run up the escalator that was going down. And like, it's just something that sounds fun. And I did it as I was a kid. I'm sure most people have. But if you think about it in the mindset of your business, if you're going to run up an escalator, but you stop because you want to take a break or life gets hard or things like that, what's going to happen is you're going to end back down at the bottom. So think of that as your business, whereas you just keep running and running and running and you don't stop and you show up consistently and you show up every single day. If you're on that escalator, eventually you're going to get to the top and then you can just take off. But if you even take a second of a break, you're going to slowly creep back down and maybe you start running back up it again and then something happens and you creep back down and you're just going to have to constantly be starting over in your business. And I, from personal experience, can say that it's really freaking hard to take a break in your business and then to pick yourself back up. Really, really hard. And I've been a coach for 3 years now. If you don't know me, by the way, my name is Christy, even though it says Carolyn because this is her Zoom account. I've been doing this for 3 years and the last 6 months have been so rocky for me because before then I took a big break because life happened. I lost some people in my life and I took a break and now I find it almost damn near impossible to get back up. It's so hard. And I'm at the bottom of my escalator when I need to be sprinting up and just not stopping. So think of that as your business, that you're constantly just going to keep learning, keep doing things that you know are going to move your business forward. So what you're going to ask yourself, honestly, on an almost daily basis, but ask yourself what's missing from your life right now. What does it say that you liked more of? Maybe it's money. Maybe if you're here for money, that's not a bad reason. But if you're only here for money, it is. Because listen, money makes the world go round. And when I joined with the idea that maybe this could potentially be my full-time job one day. And guess what? For that to happen, money has to happen. But it can't be your only goal. Otherwise, you're just going to fail. Money doesn't happen overnight. This business doesn't happen overnight. It does require hard work and consistency, and you have to show up. We're here for you. You have a coach. You have a team. You have this massive support system that's going to push you as hard as we can. But you are the ultimate reason that you are going to either fail or succeed. Everything in your business comes down to what you put into the business. Maybe you want more time. And by that, maybe you want to do this full time and have more time at home. For me, it's with my dogs. I like to take my dogs hiking in the middle of the day just because it's beautiful. Or more time with my husband because he travels so much. Maybe you want more freedom. And that, again, for me, I left my full-time job with this business. I have the freedom to do whatever it is that I want with my time, after my business is done each day. So whether you work an hour or two, whatever it is that you do, you've given yourself freedom to do whatever it is that you want with your life. Maybe you're looking for some friendships. I know a lot of people that are on this team that I never in a million years would have met if it wasn't for this. If you don't know me, or maybe you don't know Emmy, Lauren, but all of us were in Carolyn's wedding. We were bridesmaids in her wedding, and we met on Instagram. That's still mind-blowing to me, and her wedding was a year ago. And I never would have met any of them. I never would have met anyone on this call if it wasn't for this business. So maybe you're looking for friendships. I've made some of the best friends just from this business. Maybe you want some job security. If you have a purpose or maybe you don't have a purpose and you've struggled figuring out what you're supposed to do with your life, maybe this is it. Maybe helping other people achieve their goals, helping them feel better about themselves, helping them start their own business to create a job that they love gives you that sense of purpose. Maybe you want to travel more. For me, I'm not trying to make this all about me, but I'm talking, so I'm going to give you all of my examples. Guys, I have traveled more in the last 3 years than I have in my entire life. And that's so cliche to say, but it's so true. Family vacations growing up were not a thing. I grew up very poor and we had no money. And so I think we went on one vacation in my entire, 18-year existence of being at home. And then I think I went on one vacation up until I started this business. And now we get on an annual, all expenses paid, fancy bougie vacation. We go to Summit every year. We have team retreats that you can earn yourself a spot on. There's leadership conferences through the business that you can earn your spot on. I've traveled so much, I can't even begin to explain. So if you have that travel bug and you want to learn how to make some money to travel more, it's all here. Literally anything that you would want to imagine for your life, you can change with this business, but you have to show up and you have to put the work into it. So how much money would you need to make each month to get excited about doing all of the things that you just said? If you want to travel more, if you want to have more freedom, if you want job security or finding a purpose, like how much money would it go or would it cost to make those things work? For me, I had to sit down and think, how much money would I be needed to make month by month for me to leave my job, for me to be comfortable enough to replace my full-time job sitting in a cubicle, hating my life, driving 45 minutes 2 times a day, to sitting in this mess of a craft room / office, spending time with my dogs and my husband all day long. You have to really sit down and figure that out. And then ask yourself, what could that money do for you? How amazing would your life be if you could maybe pull in just a little extra money on the side for groceries, or maybe you have kids and you want to pay for dance class, or if you want to take your family on a vacation. I don't know what happens in the chat, and you know what? I missed that whole part. If you're new here, if you want to introduce yourself in the chat and say, where you're from, a little tidbit about who you are. If you're a veteran coach, same thing, squirrel brain, but that just popped up and I forgot to say that. But just imagine your life, a year from now, because one of the things that we really like to say is to be here in a year. This business isn't going to blow up and explode the first month that you're here, maybe even the first 6 months that you're here, but be here a year from now. Commit to yourself for an entire year to truly try out this business. It took me over a year to be able to leave my other job. If I would have gave up 3, 4, 5 months into the business because it wasn't working fast enough, I would still be stuck in a cubicle hating my life. So be here a year from now and imagine what your life will be a year from now. So a little bit about what we're going to do right now is we're going to teach you how to invite. And we're going to start with the people that you know. So we're going to take, if you're brand new, this should be pretty easy. Even if you're not brand new and you're a veteran coach, it's still somewhat easy because you've been constantly adding people to your network. But what we're going to do is we're going to make a list of, 3 to 5 people. This says 10 because this is what you would do on a daily basis. But we're going to invite 3 people. So maybe it's your mom or your sister or your cousin or your aunt or your fiance or your spouse or friends that you still talk to or whoever it may be. We're going to invite 3 people to this business, whether it's into the coaching business or whether it's to join a challenge group or join a group that you're going to run with your coach as a challenger. And we're just going to invite them. So you're going to make a list of 3 people because that's all we're going to invite right now, just to give you a feel of how it is to invite. It's not scary. It doesn't take long, yet it's the one thing that most people hate to do because it seems intimidating, but I promise that it's not. So we're going to make a list of 3 people and you are going to share your 3 people in the comments or in the chat. And then we're going to, while you're doing that and coming up with your list of people, we're going to talk to you really quickly about kind of different types of invites. So I have this page, follow them, follow you. So them, you, them formula is, relating to them whenever you're talking to them. Maybe it's, hey, how have you been doing? I haven't talked to you in a long time. I've started this new thing that I'm kind of freaking out about, but it's this fitness boot camp. It's for so many weeks and I'd love for you to join. Do you have any goals? So you're relating to them, asking them how they're doing, talking about you, saying that you've committed to this, and then asking them again, do they have any goals? These are all very broad examples, but what's the most important is that if you take any of these scripts, which I'm going to pull up this one too, if you take any of these scripts, please do not copy and paste, because chances are you're not going to talk how some of these are written. You need to take them, you can copy and paste them into your notepad app or whatever it is on your phone, read through it, and make sure that it sounds like you if you're going to use scripts. Don't copy and paste and send stuff that you would never say. Carolyn says some of the funniest off-the-wall stuff that I would never say in a conversation, which is totally fine, but if I sent that to someone, it would look weird because that's just not how I talk. And so just make sure that whatever scripts you're using or however you're talking, if you choose to use any of the scripts, by the way, all of these things are in our Google Drive. You have access to everything here. Just make sure it sounds like you. So you want to craft your invites. You're going to reach out to talk to the people. And whenever you're talking to them, you want to make sure that you ask them, how are you doing? Thank you for liking and viewing my post. And I do this a lot with my Instagram posts and my Facebook posts. Anybody that likes or comments on it, I reach out to them. That is an open invitation for you to invite them, whether it's to the coaching opportunity or whether it's to a challenge group. But if they're engaging with anything that you share on social media, that is an open invitation for you to say, hey, thanks so much for liking my post. I've been thinking about you, and I'm running this group that's going to be starting up in a week or two, whatever your timeline is. Would you be interested in more information? You can explain about what you're doing, whether it's a boot camp or it's a team webinar or a sneak peek. You can connect with them and say that you've been thinking about them. Lots of different, I don't know, Carolyn's texting me. I'm turning my phone upside down. Squirrel. You can ask them if they'd be willing to take more information, whether it's a sneak peek, a challenge group, any of those things, but people are going to answer questions. Don't ever message someone that doesn't end with a question. If it's just like, I've been thinking of you, I hope that you're doing well, chances are they're going to read it, and either they're going to respond because they're a nice person and they want to say, I've been thinking of you too. But if it doesn't end with a question mark of some sort, they don't have any reason to actually respond to you. One of my favorite ways to end a conversation or to end an invite is just to take the pressure off, and something along the lines of, I've really been thinking about you and I'm running this group and I've thought that you'd be great in it, but no pressure, no worries if you're not interested. I just wanted to make sure that I shared with you the information just in case you were, because I thought that it'd be fun to do together, etc., etc. These are this is a challenger example and a coaching example. So the challenger one, which I know you guys can read, and I hate when people do this and they read off the PowerPoint slide, but I'm going to. Hey, blank, what's your schedule like this week? I'd love to share more info with you about this awesome online bootcamp group that I'm a part of. I thought of you because I feel it would be super fun to hold each other accountable if you also had any health and fitness goals that you're working on. If I sent you some info, would you be willing to take a peek? If not, it's totally cool. No hard feelings at all. I just didn't want to leave you out. I think that's a great example of an invite. It's even pretty broad where you can throw in a few emojis and change a couple words around and it can be more like you. If it's for coaching, hey, what's your schedule like this week? I'd love to share more info with you about this awesome group of women that I'm a part of. I thought of you because I feel your vision on life aligns so well with what we do. Have you ever considered doing what I do in coaching part-time? It's awesome because we get to work on ourselves in the process. If I sent you some info, would you be willing to take a peek? If not, it's totally cool. No hard feelings at all. I just didn't want to leave you out. By taking the pressure off at the end of an invite, it makes it feel a little more lighthearted, and they don't feel like they have to be like hard no or hard yes. Like, I've had a lot of people come by and say, thank you so much for the invite. Thank you so much for thinking of me. Maybe not right now. And guys, I'm going to tell you, you're going to get a lot of no's. You're going to get a lot of no's, but you're also going to get a lot of yeses and a lot of not right nows. And a lot of those no's and not right nows just mean not right now. It's not a no forever. It's just a no right now. So you're going to follow up with those people month after month after month, because some people I've been talking to for over a year before they finally decided to say yes. And it wasn't that I was hounding them. I was just, every 2 or 3 months, depending on the type of system that you use, I just would check in with them and ask them how they're doing. Sometimes I wouldn't even mention the business, just asking how they were doing. And they really appreciated that I just kept in touch with them. I think so. In these, on these PDFs in our Google Drive, a lot of these have third-party tools linked to them. So if you, I don't think it's on this one, but down here for the Keep It Simple, Follow the System cheat sheet for proven scripts. So it talks about building a relationship, inviting, understanding the problem. So if we have a problem, if they have a problem that we can help, whether it's weight loss, whether it's income, you know, a lot of people that don't have enough money to sign up are actually almost the perfect people for that this business is for, because they're the ones that need something to change their life. But you always ask, you know, how can I help them? Well, how can I best serve them? And it's not something that you don't have to sell. It's what you have for them. Present the solution and close the sale. So all of these little graphics. So this little video, there's a video here. It's a third-party tool. I think it's one of our sneak peeks. So you can click here and it'll open up in a YouTube video. Once you go to close the sale, if it's a no for now, you can offer them a free ebook, a free tracker, something just saying, you know, thank you for your time. Here's just a free ebook or this free tracker that I just wanted to give you. And usually I ask, would it be okay if I followed up with you in a month or two? And I've never had someone tell me no in that situation. Like they're always like, yes, please do so. If they are ready to sign up, this is a video on Share a Cart, how to run it, how to send someone a challenge pack, how to either sign them up as a coach or as a customer. Valeria, I think we go into you now, right? I don't remember.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So, inviting. So pretty much you're gonna have two types of invites in this business. And as a new coach, I've personally started this way. I think a lot of new coaches start this way, is with your challenge group invites. So your challenge group, challenge boot camp, wellness group, whatever you want to call it, that you think will attract your ideal person, your tribe. You can brand it however you want. I personally call them wellness groups. I know Carolyn does boot camps. But it's essentially where you are getting your clients' results. They're working out, they're logging their Shakeology, they're doing all that fun stuff that we also do as coaches. So challenge invites and coach invites, you kind of follow the same steps in general, but what you're inviting to is different. So we like to teach the 5-part invite because like the masters and the most successful coaches followed this system. There's no need to reinvent the wheel. You don't need to try to figure out what works best for you as far as inviting goes, because it's essentially already figured out. You just need to follow the system. You can make it sound like you can still personalize it. We're not telling you to, all be the same type of inviting robots or anything. But part 1 is you're reaching out. So you're connecting with someone. You're thanking them for liking your post. Maybe they're watching your story. Maybe they voted on a poll in your story. Or you just thought of them. Like maybe you saw something on the internet or on social media and you can be like, hey, this made me think of you. How have you been? Like, especially if there's someone in your warm market and you feel kind of uncomfortable or weird about reaching out to them, you can just be a normal human and be a friend and be like, hey, I just thought of you. Like, I saw this. By the way, like, I haven't had a chance to tell you about this new, like, challenge group I'm a part of. And then, so that's where you explain, like, I'm part of this challenge group, I'm doing this boot camp, and you talk about your story, like you just say what it has done for you, and you explain like how it can help them. So that's the connect part. And then in the actual inviting part of it is asking, like, if I were to send you more info, would you be willing to take a peek? Would you be willing to look at it? So we do like an if/would kind of message. Like, if I sent you this video, would you be able to check it out by tonight? Or if I sent you this PDF, like, would you be able to read it? And like Christy said, you take the pressure off, saying like, hey, no worries. If you're not interested, just wanted to check, don't want to leave you out. I've personally said like, I don't want to be a jerk and not invite you because this has changed my life. So just be real, just be you. Like I said, no need to be weird. But below, I won't read this off, but this is an example of like what a challenge / boot camp invite can look like, and an example of what a coaching invite can look like. As a new coach, you can 100% invite to coaching. Like, don't think that you can't. I personally wish I had been inviting to coaching way before I actually started. Like, I waited almost 6 months before I actually started inviting to coaching. And I wish I would have done it as a new coach, because then you can position it as like, I'm starting this really exciting business opportunity and I don't know where it's going to take me, but I'm super excited. And I would love to have you on this journey with me and we can just like build a business together. Like, I just kind of regret like not doing that. But you can totally invite as a new coach to coaching. You don't have to be some like super successful 6-figure coach to invite a coaching. You also don't need like a 6-pack or an amazing transformation or anything like that to invite to a challenge group or a boot camp, because we're being relatable here. Like, that's what I love about Beachbody coaching, is that we're all like real people. We're not some like crazy expert with like 100K followers. Like, we're real people. We have jobs. Some of us have like part-time jobs, full-time jobs, you know, and we still have goals. Like, we're still working on our journey. So you can scroll down. So part 2, after you invite, you are going to pretty much ask permission to ask them a little bit about their goals. So if this is for a challenge group invite, you're going to be like, oh, we have a ton of different programs, lots of different workouts. Is it cool if I ask you a couple more questions to make sure, you know, I choose something that's a good fit for you? I personally like to do type forms or like Google forms, and I'll send them a link and then they'll fill out their goals. Whatever works best for you. If you like to just have the conversation in the actual Messenger or like Instagram inbox, you can do that. If you want to send them a client application or like a form to fill out that will say like, you know, how much time they have to spend on working out, what are their preferences, like do they want to do a kickboxing or like yoga or Pilates or whatever program, do they want to add on like nutritional help like with Ultimate Portion Fix and 2B Mindset. So these are all questions you can ask within the message itself, or you can make a form, type form or Google form to send them to that and get to know them better there. But make sure that you get to know the person and get to know the goals first, because if you don't, it's going to look like you're just trying to make a quick buck and you're just trying to make a sale. And honestly, like, stories sell, products. Like, if you're just word vomiting on like Lift 4 and Transform 20 and Shakeology, that's not going to sell. Like, stories sell, connection sells. So you want to create that connective tissue and like really get to know this person's struggles so that you can see how you can help them best. And then if you're doing a coaching invite, you want to ask them similar thing like, would you mind if I sent you a short video? Would you be willing to watch it? But make sure you send a time to follow up. Same with the challenge group, like third party thing. You want to make sure you set a time to follow up. Be like, I'm going to send you more information on this. Is it cool if I follow up with you in 2 days to see which program you want, or to see if you like the vibe of our team or whatever. That way, you're pretty much letting them know you're going to be reaching out again, and they have essentially a deadline for like actually looking at the information, because you don't want to send information out to La La Land and then they forgot to look at it, and then you're following up and they're like, oh, I haven't looked at it. So you want to make sure you're setting a time to follow up with them and be like, you know, is this enough time to watch it? Like, do you need another day? But keeping the conversation going is really essential, because I've done this so many times where I just let, you know, it kind of just dissipates and it just disappears into thin air, and then I kind of lose the person. And when you're talking to someone about their struggles, maybe it's with fitness or they're trying to build the business are interested in the business side, they're already excited. Like they already are thinking about all the possibilities, the opportunities of those two things. So you want to take advantage of that time that it's fresh in their brain. So once you've confirmed a time to check back with them, you are going to go to the third-party tool list. So like you click there and it's pretty simple step-by-step kind of thing. Yeah. Next page. So you might be wondering, like, why do we even send third-party tools? Great question. So pretty much it's a time saver. First of all, like we don't all want to make all these different tools. They would all essentially look the same. Like if we all did separate videos on all the fitness programs and all that coaching has to offer, it would all essentially be very similar stuff. Second of all, if you are making all these tools yourself, you're giving the message that it takes so much time and so much energy and effort to run this business, when in reality, it shouldn't. Like we do power hours. We do one focused hour of business building activities every day. 1 out of 24 hours, like that's nothing, right? So we want to show that this business is truly duplicatable. It's simple. You don't need a lot of time to do it. And it just positions you as, again, not the expert. Like you are just a relatable person. You are sharing. You're not, creating a bunch of new things. You're not reinventing the wheel, because that's just a time waster. And you're also letting someone hear it from someone else. So like if you were to send a video that you recorded about coaching instead of like a webinar that we did as a team, it would just be like you again, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but sometimes people need to hear it from other voices and other people to know that, one, it's not a scam, like this is for real, this is an actual business. And two, like it just reaffirms what you have already said in your posts, in your stories, and all your content. And then after we send the third-party tool, engage them, we want to ask them, like, what did you like best? Wasn't that amazing? Like, keep it positive. If you just say, like, oh, what do you think? Like, you're giving them an opportunity to say negative things. And, you don't want to open that door. That's, yeah. You just want to keep it positive. And then we split people into apples. Most of your people are going to be green apples. And these are people that, they have some questions, maybe they're hesitant on the cost or the time investments, and that's where you handle your objections. So just because someone has a question or they have an objection, don't just let it go. Like handle that objection. Talk to, hey, I was also hesitant on investing $160, but then I realized like I can invite my friends and make a profit. Or like, hey, I was also hesitant on investing, and then I realized I was meal prepping more, I was drinking less, and I actually saved money. And then 10% of your people are going to be rotten apples. So these people are, maybe they're like just ghosting you till the end of time. Maybe they're being rude and they're saying like, stop messaging me, you're scammy or whatever. These are people that are not worth your time. Like you don't want to deal with rude people. And the way I think about it is like, would I enjoy my job as a coach if this person was in my challenge group or if this person was on my team? Heck no. I don't want rude people on my team. That is not my tribe. So thank you, next. Like if you click on that rotten apple, there's actually a music video of that to remind you, because you just don't want to waste your time. I always say focus on the people that are ready and that are interested, because what you focus on, you grow. So, and then 10% of people will be your red apples, and they're just like, take my money, I want this right now, let's do it. Again, that's 10%. It doesn't happen a lot. It does happen sometimes, and when it does, it's amazing. So yeah, remember that questions are good because they show interest. I personally ask a million questions before signing up. Like you can ask my upline. It was ridiculous. I was very insistent, but that's good because now I'm like, 2 years later and I'm a diamond coach. So it wasn't that bad. I think that was it on that one. Yes. Okay, cool. So suggested questions, like when you're building that connective tissue, and you're getting to know this person and seeing, you know, what type of solution might be best for them. You're going to ask questions like, what does your nutrition look like? What do you eat in a typical day? What are you struggling with? Is it energy? Is it overeating? Do you not have a lot of time to work out? Do you have a past injury that you're afraid of aggravating? Get to know them and see what's actually holding them back from achieving their health goals, because like 99% of people out there have health goals, some type of health goal. Maybe they just want to eat cleaner, they want to lose weight, they want to just feel more confident, but they haven't achieved that yet. So get to know what is their obstacle behind like why they haven't done that yet. So yeah, and I think that is it. Am I missing anything?
No, I think that is it on this one.
Cool.
So real quick, we are going to go over your 30-day goals. So if you're a brand new coach, again, this is kind of what you want to aim for in the first 30 days of your business. And the very first thing is becoming an Emerald coach. And all that is getting 2 people to enroll with you as a coach. And we just invited 3 people, and all 3 of them might not say yes, but you get to see that it's not that hard. And when you become an Emerald coach, you start to earn so many different things, one being your cycle bonuses. And, you know, each week you're going to see volume coming into your account Petty's coming to say hi. You're going to see volume coming into your account on your back office. And if you're not an Emerald coach, every single week that volume just disappears, which basically means that you're just throwing away money. Because as an Emerald coach, that volume turns into bonuses. Your team cycle bonus that we see on Thursdays in the team pages when everyone's shouting out the people that have cycled X amount of times, that's because they are an Emerald coach or above. And so you want to get to Emerald as soon as possible. It's not hard because you only need 2 people. And it's really important. I think this video little thing, if you click on it, it takes you to a video that explains signing up, you know, a spouse or a family member or someone that you can control their account. In my case, I had a girl that reached out to me when I first started my business, and she wanted to sign up as a coach. And literally the second that she messaged me, I was like, Brandon, what's your social security number? Because I signed my husband up right away. So I have this new girl, and then I signed up my husband. And what happens when you can control someone's account? There's a few different things. So if whenever we ordered beach bars or extra Energize or any type of extra product that we just wanted to have at the house, we always order it through Brandon's account, because what happens is not only do we benefit from getting the products, when we order it through Brandon's account, I benefit from that volume from that order. So we're kind of double dipping on one single purchase. At the same time, having someone's account that you can control, if needed, you can help yourself in your business rank advance. So for me, I'm a lifetime 1-star diamond because at one point I built my husband's account to diamond so that I could get to NLC, which is one of the leadership conferences that you can earn a spot to. And I really wanted to get there. It was my only goal, you know, a year ago. And so I didn't have any coaches close. So I built my husband's account because that was an account that I can control. So if you click on that little video link, it'll take you to a video that explains the benefits of signing up a spouse, et cetera, but you really want to get to Emerald right away. The second thing is to become a success starter in the first month. So we're in May. Having the title of a success starter means that you've hit Success Club the first 3 consecutive months of your business. So May, June, and July. And by doing that, that means that you're helping at the very, very minimum 3 people. I don't like to say you only need to help 3 people a month, because yes, that gets you in Success Club. But if you want to turn this business into something, if you want to potentially replace the job that you have right now, you're going to have to do more than the minimum. 3 is the minimum. And by doing that, you get 2 points per person that you change, per person's live that you change. So that's 6 points. And that gets you into what we call Success Club. So if you do that, the first 3 consecutive months of your business, you earn the title of becoming a success starter. And you also earn a free ticket to Summit, which is our annual conference. Right now, if you're a brand new coach and this is your very first month and you hit Success Club in May June, and July, you will earn your ticket for next year's summit for free. The cutoff is like January 31st of every year to earn that year's summit ticket. So this year, you're actually working towards next year's summit. However, you can still go to this summit this year. You just have to purchase your ticket. I'm pretty sure there's still somewhat on a promo sale, and you can go and purchase your ticket to go to the summit this year. But guys, summit is a game changer. If you take your business seriously, you have to get to summit. It's the most incredible experience where you get to meet. I met most of, I think it was like Carolyn, Emmy, Lauren, like all those people that you might have seen on our team page. I met them all at Summit for the very first time back in 2016. But we go and there's parties and there's all these different courses, and you learn from the top coaches in the company. And it's just like this big shindig party where we work out together, and it's the most incredible experience. And you just have to get there, and you can get there for free by hitting Success Club your first 3 consecutive months. And then you go into profit mode. So if you've helped 3 people, maybe you've helped 5 people in your first month, by that point, you will have earned back the $160 that it's probably $160 that you paid to become a coach, because you enrolled with maybe the All Access Challenge Pack, or you enrolled with the Ultimate Portion Fix Challenge Pack, whatever you enrolled with. Chances are if you help 3 to 5 people, you've already earned back your money plus some. So now you're in profit mode, and you just keep going. Each person that you help enroll, you earn at least $50. So if you've helped 3 people, you earn at least $150. Help 5 people, I think it's $250, and it just keeps going. So you're just constantly getting yourself into profit mode, and then you just don't stop. I don't think there's anything else. Valeria, I'm not sure. And there's something in the chat. I'm going to open up. NLC goals. It's the most amazing.
Yeah, I think that's it.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Does anyone have any questions? Please don't hesitate to ask. I know there's only, Alexa and Jessica on here, but if you're watching the recording, thank you again for taking time to watch this recording, because that means that you're serious and you're ready to learn. Again, all of these files that we've been showing you are available in our team Google Drive, and it's under the How to Train a Coach. You can see the little logo at the top of my computer screen. It's literally the very first folder. When you go into the Google Drive, it's the very first folder, and all of these files are in there that all have the programmed third-party tools that you can click on and go to different videos. But guys, you just need to show up consistently, because if you're inviting people and you're talking to people and you're telling them about these challenge groups that you're running, or you're talking about this business that has changed your life, but you're not consistently showing up on social media. And I know that's scary for a lot of people at first to share on social media. But if I'm messaging someone about all these things that I'm doing, and then they go and creep on my social media, because guys, they do that, and you're not talking about the things that you're talking to them about, they're not going to believe you. If you're not talking about your upcoming challenge group, or you're not talking about how this business has changed your life, or your upcoming webinar, or the upcoming team sneak peek that you're doing, if you're not actively and consistently talking about what it is that you have to offer, it's going to be very hard for the people that you're talking to believe you, especially if they don't know you, because eventually you're going to run out of moms and sisters and aunts and uncles to invite. You're going to be eventually inviting people that you find on social media, whether it's on Facebook through Facebook groups, whether it's on Instagram because of hashtags, but you're going to be inviting people that have nothing to do with your life and have no idea who you are. So in order for them to gain your trust, essentially, they're going to be creeping on your account before they respond to you. So make sure that you're showing up consistently in your business, in your workouts. Be proof of the product. That's one of our vital behaviors, is just do the things that you're asking other people to do. Otherwise, why would they do it too?
Also, I don't know if I'm sure this is linked somewhere on all these slides, but
the tracker.
God, use this tracker.
Yeah.
It literally has every single thing you need to do in your business.
Right here. It's in the same folder, but it's right here. So yes, Beachbody created a tracker for us that literally has every single thing that you can think of to do in your business that's important. These are the things that are going to move your business forward. I could spend all day on Canva making the stupidest graphics and doing all the fun things, but those things are not going to move my business forward. making graphics on Canva, although, I'm very creative, gives me a lot of joy. It's not going to move my business forward. So doing the things on this list every single day, checking it off. I think Carolyn has hers, what's it called?
Laminated.
Yes. Did you like that?
That was great.
Carolyn has hers laminated so that she can just use a dry erase marker every single day and then just erase it when she's done to save on trees. I'm sure that's her reasoning. But it's an awesome Success Club tracker system that they just recently developed. And, this wasn't around when, the first 2.5 years of my business. So definitely take advantage of this. Take advantage of the Google Drive. What?
My favorite part. It has the time that you should spend on each thing.
Yes. Take advantage of the Google Drive. Anything you can think of is in here. Take advantage of the team page. Take advantage of these team calls, the webinars, and the sneak peeks that we run. We don't run them just to run them for us. Like, we do them for you too. And eventually you should be helping with them. You should be helping us run these events, and because you're going to be growing as a leader and as a coach yourself, so you can't just sit back and let us do all the work forever. Yeah, if no one has any questions, it's so true though. I'm going to stop sharing, and I'm going to thank you all for being here. It is 7:45, not bad, 45 minutes. Yep. I'm going to stop recording.